And good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Wardy Screencast, where today we will learn about introductions. Why? So we can write an introduction that previews the essay for the reader. You'll know you've got it when you can write an introduction that introduces the big idea, connects the text, in this case, Walter D. Myers, the Treasure of Lemon Brown, and Jimmy Santiago Baca's I'm offering this poem, connect those to the big idea, and then a clear claim that previews the body paragraphs. Our agenda, we will be doing this Edpuzzle. We'll do a little Jamboard, Kahoot, hybrid kind of thing, and then draft the introductions. All right, so responding to an essay prompt. You analyze the prompt, which we've done. Scrutinize, go through, pull out textual evidence, which we've done. Now race to plan organization of the response, which that's where we're at right now. And then we're going to draft the introduction today, the body the rest of this week, the conclusion next week. So between this week and next week, we will have the essay drafted. Then the week after, we shall revise. So one thing before I go on, introduction, and I kind of mentioned it here. It gives a preview of what's going to happen in the essay. It lets the reader know, here's what to expect. It's like a movie trailer. You kind of watch the trailer, you're like, that's what the movie's about. A commercial for a TV show. Oh, that's what the show's going to be about. And it kind of makes you want to watch it. So you have a preview. You don't get everything. You don't get all the mean details. Just a little kind of preview. That's all an introduction is. It's going to let the reader know why you're writing and kind of what to expect in the body paragraphs. So if I go back to this, so race. Now we know restate, answer, cite, explain. Here's how it works in an essay. You restate the prompt. Put the question in the answer. Answer the question that's asked. Cite evidence. Elaborate, explain the evidence. Restate goes in the introduction. And we're going to show you how that works in a minute. Answer the question that's asked. Remember, that is your claim and thesis statement. That also goes in the introduction. So restate and answer, that's the introduction. Here's kind of what I'm writing about. Restating the prompt. Here's what I'm writing about and why. Here's my answer. Here's what I'm going to try to prove without announcing it. Don't announce, I believe. We're not doing that. Cite evidence and explaining the evidence. Those are your body paragraphs. We've kind of already done these. So we have to tweak the body a little bit. But you can see, race, it kind of has the same, it applies to essays. Just restate and answer in the introduction, which we're going to focus on today. Cite and explain the evidence. That'll be body paragraphs later this week. So introduction, again, I kind of went over this. Let the reader know your purpose in writing. Is it to inform, persuade, or entertain? Most of your writing in school will be to inform or persuade. Sometimes the creative writing is to entertain, but most of our essays are to inform or persuade. In this case, we're probably informing the reader about the symbolism used in the two texts. And then preview the body of the essay. Whatever you write about, you're basically going to tell them, here's what I'm going to tell you. The body paragraphs, I'm telling you. The conclusion, here's what I just told you. All right. I always say work smarter, not harder. Let the prompt do the work. Restate it. Pull the actual words from it. It's okay. All right. So again, introduction. You're going to define the conversation. What are we really talking about? What's the big topic? Give a little background information. Transition to the text. Writers use dialogue to help create characters. Two texts that use dialogue include, and just list the texts, and then your claim or thesis statement, leave the reader with a clear, this is probably getting cut off on your end, but leave the reader with a clear preview of the body of the essay. So they should know when they're done reading, This is what it's going to be about. There we go. And whatever order you put things in, think of it as like the thesis is your and claim is your table of contents for the reader. If you mention, in this case, Walter D. Myers, The Treasure of Lemon Brown first, and then I'm offering this poem second, the first body of the paragraph should be about The Treasure of Lemon Brown. The second body of the paragraph would be about the poem. All right, here's an example of an introduction. We're going to kind of break it down. So authors, and you don't know the prompt, but if they restate the question, you should know what the prompt is. So authors create tension and mystery to their stories by leaving things unsaid, questions unanswered, and statements not finished. It grabs readers' attention and causes them to get involved in the story. Two stories that create tension by leaving things unsaid include Trial of Combat by Shirley Jackson and Summer Ball by Mike Lupica. Jackson creates tension by using silent messages and otherwise unsuspicious words, which create tension of a lingering threat. Meanwhile, Lupica leaves words unsaid between the main character, Danny, and his father. Authors create tension and mystery to their stories by leaving things unsaid, questions unanswered, and statements not finished. It grabs readers' attention and causes them to get involved in the story. That is introducing the big topic, letting the reader know, here's what the whole thing's going to be about. And it's about, well, I'll tell you what do you think the prompt was? I'm going to put this as a question. So what do you think this prompt was about? What was it asking? You should be able to know just by what this question, or the first two sentences here, because this is introducing the big topic. So really, what is the big topic? It's words unsaid creating tension. So we really asked, how do words unsaid create tension in stories? And you notice, leaving things unsaid, creating tension, restates the question a little bit, gives some background information on the big topic. Two stories that create tension by leaving things unsaid include Trial by Combat by Shirley Jackson and Summer Ball by Mike Lupica. We just transitioned to the text. Our big topic is things unsaid. Two stories that create tension by leaving things unsaid include blank. Two stories that use dialogue to create characters include. Two texts that use symbolism include. Whatever it might be. Two stories that blank, so connect, transition to the story, to the text. Jackson creates tension by using silent messages and otherwise unsuspicious words which create tension of a lingering threat. By doing this. Meanwhile, Lupica leaves words unsaid between the main character Danny and his father. By. How did they do it? We have our claim and thesis statement. All right. We're going to practice with this in a couple minutes. But really, just think of it this way. You're moving upside down triangle from the big broad statement. So you want to have a broad statement about the big topic. What is the big topic? What's the prompt really asking? Restate the prompt. Connect the text to the big topic. Two texts that do this. Three texts that do this are. And then your claim. What is your claim? You can write a good introduction. Actually, I'll say an okay introduction in 3 or 4 sentences. You can write a great one in like 4 to 6, but if you just have a sentence or two about the broad statement, a sentence introducing the text, and 1 sentence claim, there you got 4 sentences. 3 to 4. You have 2 sentence claim, which could get you 3 to 5. That's it. Those 3 parts. So remember, we're writing an essay that analyzes the use of symbols by both writers. Make sure to use the evidence from both sources in your response. So remember, this is the prompt. You have read both The Treasure of Lemon Brown, and I'm offering this poem. Both writers use symbolism. Write an essay in which you analyze and compare the symbols used by both writers. So we're going to do it very simply. Define the conversation or main topic for the reader. Symbolism. Really is what you want to do. If you said both of them talked about love or kindness and caring, both symbols, the treasure and the poem represented that, you could start with the big topic being love, and then 2 texts that deal with love, include, or two texts that use symbolism. So you have a choice here how you want to do it. It's probably easier to do the big literary thing and say, hey, let's define symbolism. But you could do it the other way. You do have a choice there. And use these. I'm going to leave this on the Google Meet screen as writer introductions. Use this. Actually, it's in the checklist too. Use the way these are structured. Two texts that use symbolism, include, and enlace the text. All right, claim or thesis statement. Hughes uses symbolism by blank and Baca by blank. We wrote this before break on March 29th or 30th, depending on when you have A or C or E, F, or G. Go back, pull the claim out, use it. You have it. If you don't have it, you need to do it. Told you. All right, and that's really all there is to it. Big statement. Texts that do this include, here's my claim and thesis statement, and we're done. All right, so to finish this up, and then we'll use the Jamboard and Kahoot as our next assignment to kind of review this a little bit more. Other than that, Wardy is out of here.